We've all got two wolves in us, a good one and a bad one, and they both want to eat. Best I can tell, we just gotta feed that good one a little more than the other one. Happiness is an emotional response to an outcome. If I win, I will be happy. If I don't, I won't. It's an if-then, cause and effect. You're chasing the wrong thing, and it's destroying you from the inside out. Every goal you hit, every milestone you reach, you move the finish line again and again, and you wonder why you're still empty. Let me tell you something that changed everything for me. Something nobody wants to hear, but everyone needs to understand. Happiness is a scam. Not because it doesn't exist, but because of what we've turned it into. We've made it conditional. We've made it fragile. We've made it dependent on outcomes we can't always control. I'll be happy when I get the promotion. I'll be happy when I make 6 figures. I'll be happy when they finally notice me. And then what happens? You get it. And for about 72 hours, maybe a week if you're lucky, you feel good. Then that feeling fades, and you're right back where you started, looking for the next thing to chase. This is the trap, and most people spend their entire lives caught in it. But there's something else, something deeper, something that actually lasts. Joy. And no, joy isn't just happiness with a different name. It's something completely different. Something most people never experience because they're too busy chasing the wrong thing. Happiness says, I need this specific result or I'm not okay. Joy says, I'm doing what I was made to do, and that's enough. You see the difference? One is a hostage situation. The other is freedom. Let me get personal for a second. I'm an actor, and for years I was miserable. Not because I wasn't working, not because I wasn't talented, but because I turned every single day on set into a transaction. Every scene became, this needs to get me noticed. Every project became, this needs to be a hit or I'm a failure. Every performance became, I need the critics to love this or I'm worthless. I was doing what I loved, but I hated it because I stopped actually doing it. I was just using it as a ladder to climb to some imaginary place where I'd finally feel good enough. And you know what happened? I got average results, average reviews, average opportunities, because desperate energy is repellent. People can smell it. Then something shifted. I stopped making the work about the outcome. I stopped performing for validation. I started showing up just to do the work itself, the craft, the process, the doing of the thing I was fashioned to do. Not because it would lead somewhere, but because the doing itself was the point. And that's when everything changed. I got more success, more recognition, more opportunities than ever before. Not because I was chasing them harder, but because I stopped chasing them at all. Here's what they don't tell you. Joy is always in process. It's not waiting for you at the finish line. It's not hiding behind the next achievement. It's right here, right now, in the work itself. It's alive in the doing. It's in the sweat, the struggle, the repetition, the growth, the moments nobody sees, the versions of the thing that don't work before you find the version that does. That's where joy lives. Not in the applause, in the practice room, not in the trophy, in the training, not in being seen, in becoming. Most people never find this because they're sprinting past it, eyes locked on some future moment that they think will finally make them whole. But you're already whole. You just forgot. The more you recognize what's working, the more things start working. I'm not talking about some woo-woo manifestation stuff. I'm talking about actual psychology, actual focus, actual energy. When you train your brain to see what's right, You stop wasting energy obsessing over what's wrong. And that freed up energy, it goes into building more things to be grateful for. It's a loop, a good one. Now listen, I'm not telling you to pretend your failures don't exist. That's toxic positivity garbage. Your failures are real. Your pain is real. Your setbacks are real. But here's what most people miss. Failure isn't the enemy. Ignoring what failure teaches you is the enemy. Look at your failures constructively, not as evidence that you're broken, but as data. What did that reveal about what you're good at, what you need to work on, what actually worked even in the mess? Because I'll tell you something true. Life is a verb. It's not a state. It's not a destination. It's constant motion, constant action, constant becoming. We try our best. And honestly, we don't always do our best. Some days we show up at 60%. Some days we're just surviving. And that's okay. That's human. But since we're the architects of our own lives, since we're the ones holding the blueprint and the hammer, doesn't it make sense to study what's actually working? The habits that lead to your success, the routines that feed your joy, the practices that create your honest pain, your real laughter, your earned tears. Dissect those, study those, give thanks for those, and watch what happens. You get better at them, you do them more, and then you have even more to dissect, more to build on, more to be grateful for. The cycle continues, upward. But let's be honest about the world we're living in. It's a get-rich-quick, internet-famous, 15 minutes of fame circus. Everyone's selling shortcuts. Everyone's got a hack. Everyone's promising you the dream life in 6 easy steps. And look, we all want to succeed. I'm not judging that. I want to succeed too. But here's the question that'll save your life. What does success actually mean to you? Not to your parents, not to your followers, not to the people who peaked in high school and now measure their worth in LinkedIn updates. To you. Is it money? Cool. I've got nothing against money. Money's a tool. It solves problems. It creates options. Maybe it's a healthy family, a happy marriage. Maybe it's helping others, being known for your work, being spiritually grounded, leaving the world better than you found it. Maybe it's all of those things in different measures. Keep asking yourself that question, because your answer will change. And that's not failure. That's growth. That's evolution. But do yourself one massive favor. Whatever your answer is, don't choose anything that jeopardizes your soul. I mean that, literally. Prioritize who you are, who you want to become, and don't spend time with anything, anyone, or any opportunity that antagonizes your character. Don't drink the Kool-Aid just because everyone else is drinking it. It tastes sweet today, but you'll get cavities tomorrow. And by cavities, I mean regret, shame, the kind of emptiness that success can't fill. Life is not a popularity contest. It never was. The likes don't love you back. The retweets don't remember your name. Be brave enough to take your hill. But first, answer the question, what's my hill? For me, it's 5 things. I measure my life by 5 categories, and I check in with them constantly to make sure I'm not lying to myself about where I actually am. 1. Fatherhood. 2. Being a good husband. Am I listening? Am I growing with my partner? Am I still choosing her every day, or am I just coasting on a commitment I made years ago? 3. My health. Mind, body, and spirit. Can I still move? Am I feeding my body or poisoning it? Is my mind sharp, or am I doing work that matters to me? Am I growing? Am I creating value? Or am I just chasing paychecks and waiting for retirement? 5. Friendships. Not money, not fame, not how many people know my name. If all 5 of those categories are healthy, I'm winning. If even one is suffering, I'm off track, and I need to adjust. So here's what I want you to do. Because here's the truth they don't teach you. You can't succeed at everything all the time, but you can be intentional about where you're putting your energy. And you can make sure that at the end of your life, you succeeded at the things that actually mattered, not the things that impressed strangers, the things that made you proud when you looked in the mirror. Stop chasing someone else's definition of success. Build your own, and then live it every single day. That's the work. That's the hill. Now go take it.